Hello. Welcome to Leap Taken. This is Mika. Here at Leap Taken, I talk about all things witchy, craft related, law of attraction, manifesting, esoteric, and everything else in between. And Happy New Year! Happy New Year to anybody and everybody who's watching this today. Happy New Year. This is my witchy review, and I'm going to get into some items. But I'm going to make a big announcement as well. I actually have some things to review. I have a few interesting things to review, and it kind of some of it fits in with my big announcement. I'm just so happy to be here. It is 2022. I cannot believe it. 2022 already. I can't believe it because it feels like 2020 and 2021 has just been one long continuous year. However, with all the crazy stuff going on in the world, all the other stuff happening, I talk about this, I think, in my manifesting video, because I feel like I just recently really delved into this topic, that even though all these things are happening, right? All these crazy things are happening in the world, and, there's sickness, people, their money. Some people did well, during this pandemic. Some people not so well. We have a lot more homeless people. But there's so many negative and really, crappy things that have happened. However, in the midst of that, which is pretty much indicative of how life works, even though we're doing all this other stuff is happening, some of us are having spiritual awakenings. Some of us are really kind of coming into our own with our spirituality, with our witchcraft, with all of that sort of stuff. So I feel like one of those people where I feel like I've become even more spiritual, even more witchier, even more powerful during this time. Gina says, yay, caught you live. Going to join the membership as soon as I'm near my laptop. Happy New Year, many, many blessings. Thank you. Thank you, Gina. Yeah, I'm getting to that. But yes, so it just feels like there's just been so much other stuff happening, and in the midst of that, so many really positive and wonderful and exciting things have happened to a lot of us. I know not just me, because I talk to other people where, they've really come into their own. So I say all that to say, don't feel guilty, because I know there's some people who actually feel guilt. Because they did well, because life is going well for them. Things are happening for them, and they actually feel guilty about that. So I just want to remind you, two things could be happening at once. Several things could be happening at once. It could be a really crappy situation happening worldwide. We have a climate crisis that's not going anywhere. But within your world, within your space, within your body, you can still have positive experiences. You can still be excited about little things, big things. Just a reminder as we go into 2022. I sometimes feel like there's a set of people on the internet, but it's sometimes even people who, the moment you start talking about how happy you are or how exciting things are for you, they find a way to sort of remind you. They're not lying. They're not telling you anything that's not true. But it's like, why are we focusing on this stuff now when I'm trying to tell you how exciting my life is or how this wonderful thing is happening? You guys know what I'm talking about. Negative Nellies. So sometimes, we let the internet do that to us, right? So it's not maybe a personal person. It's the actual people online. So I just caution you to keep that in mind, because you're going to see a lot of that. It's about that whole balance thing. But enough about that. That's just my little suggestions for 2022 as we go into this kind of, just especially for us people who are very open to energy, vibrations, and things like that, frequencies of others in the world. Some of us pick up, it's not just about picking up on people physically in your presence. We pick up on the energy of the world. We can feel the hum, the frequency. And, just, be careful with kind of delving too far into that. That's all I'm saying. But hi, Happy New Year. So you probably noticed, let's start with the first thing. Leap Taken has gotten a bit of a facelift. So the banner for the page has changed. There's a logo now. Leap Taken actually has a website as well. So I'm going to jump into that first off. And then I'm going to talk about actually my gifts that I got and some really exciting purchases that took a really long time to get here, but I think it's going to be worth it. Anyway, so leaptaken.com, not something else, leaptaken.com. Please go check that site out. That is me. That's the website. If you are interested in readings, I offer 2 types of readings. One is a hour-long session where we just basically help you to sort of awaken yourself, to answer some questions. We have a conversation. I explain to you. I use tarot oracle cards. That's a pretty bare bones simple, but I leave it really open to interpretation because sometimes, people come with one thing, we look at the cards, and we have to kind of go into a different direction possibly. So that's what that's for. It's an hour-long session. It's conducted over Zoom. That's one of the services. That's like sort of I think that'll probably be one of my more popular services. Then I also offer same type of reading, a little bit more to it. So you're going to walk away with not just the knowledge of the reading, you're going to walk away with the ritual with that reading. So there's that. So, and the reading's actually an hour and a half. We're going to go a lot more in depth to try to understand a little bit more. I'm definitely doing general readings. I'm doing readings for 2022. If you just like more clarity on a specific topic or something like that, or situation in your life, those readings will be done as well. Or you just need help kind of getting on the right path with your spirituality. Or witchcraft, whatever you call it. So that's the other thing. So those are my 2 reading services I offer over at leaptaken.com. Now, outside of that, mentorship. I offer 2 levels for mentoring level 1 and mentoring level 2. And if you notice, if you go to the page, they start at a specific date, their sessions. So the difference between mentoring 1 and 2, I break it all down there on the website. But basically, I would suggest if you are getting into witchcraft, if you kind of feel like you know some information, but you still consider yourself someone who you wish that someone would have showed you from the beginning how you think things are supposed to go, because that's all subjective, right? You might want to go mentoring level 1. It's basic, but please don't take that to mean like it's all just the information we'll go over some things you'll probably already know, but more about applying those to have more successful rituals and spells and to deepen your witchcraft, helping you basically put together your tradition for your path. So that's mentoring level 1. Level 2 is for those who you've most likely been practicing. You've probably dibble dabbled or even did a little more, but maybe you're looking for a little bit more structure. Maybe you are in a rut. Some of us have been practicing for many years, but we could have took time off for whatever reason, divorce, the kids, and you're you're not able to get back into it the way you wanted. Or maybe you've been somebody who's been reading about witchcraft. You've read all the witchy books. You follow me with the witchy reviews and you understand, but you haven't actually done anything. Yeah, you probably want mentoring level 2. Because you do know, you just haven't put it into practice, but I'm going to help you put it into practice. So those are the services that I offer. However, if you're someone who's really looking to build your path, build up your tradition, and you sort of need a guide with that, but maybe not the mentoring, but still having a little bit of information from me, I have a solution for that. So I actually have a monthly service where basically if you join the monthly service over at leaptaken.com, that's not you do here, you will get moon readings. And that's what it is. It's moon readings, but we'll start there. So that can be, for a lot of people, that could be the difference between doing nothing, not practicing at all, and doing something. So you'll get new moon, full moon readings, and you'll also get rituals every month delivered to your email. So that's it. So that's that right there. And yeah, so, a couple other goodies. Now, the good news is with all of those services and that program, that monthly subscription that I offer, or plan, monthly plan, if you join YouTube here, Leap Taken, and become a Leap Taken member, either a hedger or a leaper, which I'll get into in a moment, you actually get a discount, because if you're already paying for a membership here, I don't see why you shouldn't get a discount over there. All right, that's part of it. Even at the hedger level. So there's 2 tiers that I offer. I'm going to jump into that now. 2 tiers that I offer. I have a video explaining it, however, just briefly. Hedger is tier 1. So that's where you're going to get the discounts for sure. Just being a hedger, and that's $4.99 US. You get a badge. You get the badges behind your name. You also get these stickers, and I'm creating more custom stickers for us members. So you get all of that and the discount. The biggest thing is the discount. So also, as time goes on, I'll have polls and things like that. I'll be adding other features to my hedger tier 1. So, we're just starting off. So please know there'll be even more goodies and giveaways and all that sort of stuff as time goes on. So that's tier 1 hedger. But the key to that is you get all those cool perks, the discounts as a hedger. But however, if you'd like to become a leaper, because hello, Leap Taken, if you'd like to become a leaper, that's an even exciting membership. Here again, I'm talking about YouTube memberships for Leap Taken. That one is $9.99 US, and guess what? You get the book club. You get entrance into the book club. I'm really excited about that. I had gotten a lot of interest in starting a book club. So how we talk, you're here, so how we talk about these books I review for Witchy Review. Well, guess what? We're not going to just review them. We'll read them and have in-depth conversations. And of course, I'll lead this book study and we'll get into it. But yeah, a book club. So that's also what you're getting as a leaper, in addition to the other features that you get as well, and perks from being a hedger. So you get Love Tier 1 plus the book club. So that's really exciting. And one more thing that you get if you become a leaper. You get member-only exclusive videos. So I will just be posting videos just for that group, that tier 2. And that's going to be exciting because that offers opportunity to have conversations and things like that, especially in the comments. It's a more private area. So how I kind of look to see how I'm treating this is sort of like building our own little coven, and we can have conversation and dialogue, definitely during the book study. And I'd like to tie in some of the member exclusive videos to do, especially if we're reading certain books that's giving spells and rituals and things like that. We can tie all that in, but that's coming up. But even more important, as a leaper on tier 2, you get to pick the book. You vote. You get to vote. We vote. I give you some book selections and we actually vote. I give you time to read the book because I know what that's like. You need time. And then we actually read the book and we talk about it. So I'm really excited. All right. So that's enough about all that. That's my huge announcement because that's actually a really big deal for me. I've been wanting to do this since a year ago and I did, but that's okay. So let me get into what I'm reviewing. So my children are awesome. Let's just start there. My son got me this. Look at this. Look at this. An athame. So, bam. Isn't this cool? This is so cool. Ignore my notes. I got to do them over. But I think this is so nice. Oh my God. And this is the cover or case or whatever it goes in. Is this not... Oh my God, I love this so much. I love it so much. But anyway, and the purple, which is perfect for me. But yeah, so he got me this. So I'll be consecrating this with new moon energy. Yeah. Oh my God. Anyway, so how do you use this? You can use this for a couple different things. When you call your quarters, when you circle cast, if you have it, maybe get one of these to start. But you can do it without it, by the way. You can use your finger when you're circle casting as well. Also, to cut magical items. And you only use it for that. You don't use this for anything else. Like I don't use this and start ripping letters open. Although it'd really be cool. I could see collecting these and using some as a letter opener. But anyway, This is a cool item. I do not know where he got it from. If he told, I mean, it was a gift. So I know he got it somewhere online, but yeah. Is this not awesome? Right? It's beautiful. I love this so much. And it's got weight to it. It's pretty substantial. So that's my first item. This is one of my Christmas gifts. Other Christmas gifts I got from my son. He got me. He knows me well. I was eyeing this book in Barnes & Noble, Divine Your Dinner. Let me tell you something. This book, I sat there and kind of read through almost all the recipes when I was in Barnes & Noble, and my daughter was with me, and I'm pretty sure she told my son so he knew what to get me. But to put this book into perspective, basically, it's going by your, and I looked at it so much I thought I bought it, but I didn't. It goes by your tarot card, excuse me. And then it tells you like ace of like cups. The cups are going to be seafood, obviously, right? That makes sense. So here's the recipes. So one of them is for pan-fried cod. And they give you the recipe. It's basically, there's nothing specifically witchy within that. However, at the top, they talk about why they chose that particular recipe. And then talks about magical ingredients. Lemon, parsley, paprika, garlic, cayenne, scallion, black pepper, mustard. Those are the magical ingredients. And they give like a little description so you can connect this with magic, connect this with Two of Cups. So again, it's just opening up to certain energy. It's a very interesting book. And the recipes are pretty cool, I think. So I'll actually be using this. Stay tuned for videos with this sort of stuff. I'm really looking forward to trying that out. Then my daughter, because she knows I'm addicted to stickers, and as you can see from my cart back here, planners and all that sort of stuff. She found this book. I have no idea where she got it from. I was like, did you get this from Five Below? She looked at me like I was crazy. No, she did not. 928 Astrology Stickers. So, because I am Aries, that's the first sign in the zodiac, and that's where it enters. So these are actually stickers. And they give you 2 sets. So they give you information on this side about Aries. And I purposely waited to use this because I wanted to talk about it on this review. Check this out. So that's Taurus, Gemini. And again, they give you the information. So each side. So it works like that. And then it goes into the elements. So you have these 6. So this ends the signs. And then you get into the elements over here. Very cool. Thank you. Life with Betty Jo. Yeah, so this is fire and air and water and earth. And on the other side, here are those stickers. Okay. I thought this was cute. So I'll be using these in my planner. And sun, moon, the planets. And then it just starts all over again. Gives you another set of the stickers for the zodiac sign. So Leo, Cancer. I didn't show this a moment ago. So yeah, and then, yeah, it repeats the fire and air, water and earth. So it's 2 sets of stickers. However, it does have these other, so you can do your astrological birth chart. It gives you this here, if you want to put that in here, and some additional stickers on the back for that. And there's just 1 set of these. Yep, so that's it. So anyway, love this. Love these items. Like, these are the witchy items that my kids got me. I'm going to need that sticker book for my witchy planning. There you go. So it's called Stickerology, illustrated by Alyssa Wong. So I'm sure you can, as with anything, probably get it off of Amazon or somewhere on the internet. So look for this book, Stickerology. And if you were really interested in a cookbook to help you with your kitchen witchery, Divine Your Dinner. A cookbook for using tarot as your guide to magical meals. So this one, first of all, the cover art is really cool. I like this one. Okay. So those are my witchy gifts and books. So what did I get myself? Well, I don't know if you're familiar, and I'm going to make sure I get the right thing here. I'm actually going to pull up the information because I am horrible with names. So I'm going to make sure I say it right. Yeah. The Conjure. I did not want to mess this up because I'm about to go into these candles. So, yeah, here we go. What was I looking for? Okay. Okay, here we go. All right, so the Conjure candles by Lala Anuti Ahari. Lala Anuti Ahari. This is not sponsored. I'm just somebody that purchased her candles. So this is Bella. This is one of the candles I purchased, and yes, I'm reviewing this. These are not cheap, guys. You can go to theconjure.com and you can check them out and you'll see what I'm talking about. They are not cheap, but they, I believe, are going to be worth it. I got this candle, I got three. I'll get into them in just a moment. I'm trying to bring up this information, but I'm struggling today because I am. All right, let me find it. I thought I would have this ready to go so I can read the description, because it came with a printout of the receipt, but not like I was looking for a little bit more information. Okay, this one says, I'm going to read directly from her site. So Bella, which, these all with new energy or new year intention. I'm trying to get the words out. I got these. So she says here, these are good for all beauty spells. It also works if you need someone to see the beauty in something, like a relationship, person, business, etc. Also great for artists who wants everyone to see, love their work. Not gender specific. Highly recommended to always cleanse first with Halo or Unhex. So that's something else that she offers. But these are ready to use spelled candles. And then she gives a step-by-step course/instruction booklet on how to get the best results from these candles. So she does provide that, and it's also available on her website. But this is Bella. So I got this candle. This is what it looks like when you buy it. It's a little, I'm not going to lie, it looks a little different than the picture online. Like there's like more stuff on it, but maybe it's kind of inside a little bit more. But you guys see that it's glitter, but I thought it would just be more stuff than what was on here. And maybe, I don't know, it didn't spill out, but anyway, so that's Bella. So this is a spelled candle that I'm going to give a try. Why am I not being able to talk? Because it was New Year's last night. That's why. I didn't drink that much. I didn't have a lot to drink. I did drink though, and it was fun. And I enjoyed myself having a nice, simple New Year's Eve at home. So the next one I have is Power. Let me turn it. Oh, it's this way. You see, it says Power the Conjured. So it's just in a tin can here. I'm trying to find this one so I can talk about it. Oh, there it is, right in my face. Y'all forgive me. I thought it would just be simple and I would just click. For some reason, I'm just having trouble. So this is good for success in business and employment. Now this one, again, I'm looking at the picture online and this is what it looks like. It's pretty, there's a lot of stuff going on. It's similar to what I see online. So if you were curious to know what these candles look like, this is also spelled by Layla and conjured over by Layla with gods. This candle will bring what you desire full front and fast. So victory in business and educational pursuits, job promotions, excellent for anyone in sales, amazing for anyone gaining any position of power. And so it's 11-ounce candle. No, this was, I don't think this is 11 ounces. I think this is something else one. But anyway, so this is what this one is, Power. Now, when I got these, they were buy two, get one free, which is why, because I was really just going to go buy one because they're so expensive. $14.99 Amazon. I'm going to need that. Oh, that's how much it is on Amazon for that sticker book? Okay. You know what? I think it says it on here on the back. Yeah. Well, it says 14, but yeah, $19 Canada if you're looking for some ideas for that one. All right. Now this one, I got to be careful because this one's loose. So this one is Willpower. Yes. Oh my God. This one smells nice. This one is really, I don't really smell the other one. This one's hitting. So this is also spelled by Layla, to increase willpower, focus, and energy. Good for big projects. Oh, let me show you what it looks like. See, this is actually moving. So I don't want to, but here you go. Yeah. This is good for starting a business, educational classes, motivate others to complete a task, including kids, she writes. So this is also a spelled candle as well. And yeah, it's called Willpower. So yeah, it says it on the bottom, but I don't want to disturb it too much. If you can see that. Yeah. So these are from The Conjure by Layla Anuti Ahara. She has been featured in Essence. Okay, she's a woman who started this business, and actually she has a YouTube channel as well, where I know she talked about sort of the behind the scenes with the business and all that. I was really inspired by her. I love seeing a woman, someone who looks like me, who is about, I assume she's somewhere in her 40s as well. And it just makes me feel good to see that and see what she's doing. It's motivating to me. I'm currently not in trying to create candles or anything like that, but it's not exactly what she's doing. But the idea of her running this company, she has her family working with her. I have my own desires and dreams to sort of expand even more. Like step one was just this one website, leaptaken.com. And then even offering memberships, but that's more about building community, but I'm overall building Leap Taken even more. And ultimately, I've been thinking even more about like a storefront locally and still selling things online, which I guess would include candles, but a medical physical store, and employing other people to help with readings, and all sorts of stuff, and healing and all that. Like that's kind of been in my head a little bit. And I live in a place where I truly feel like it's the Wild Wild West. Out here on this end of the West Coast, here in like Arizona, I think the same true probably. I got to get over there, New Mexico, and maybe even Vegas. We have witches are everywhere. Witches exist. We are here. And I think that a lot of us like a place to congregate, to get our stuff in. I know for me, I like to go into places where, I don't know, I feel welcomed. I feel welcome. I'll just say that. After living in South Florida and having access to botanicas and things like that, I did not always feel welcome walking into those stores. I'm giving you my money and you're making me feel like I should leave. And, it's not one particular place. There were several places I went to where I just felt like they didn't want me to be inside of the store. There was one experience I had, which was actually very positive, but she was younger. I noticed if the people who are in the store, male or female, if they're a little older, for some reason, there's just so much negativity coming off of them. Like they're not even trying to hide the fact that they don't think I need to be purchasing supplies. I guess they have ideas about Black American, specifically Black Americans purchasing and practicing witchcraft. Don't come. It's a thing. I was living there for years. I'm trying to tell you, it's a thing. They get a little funny about that sort of stuff. You would think, and these are people of color that I'm talking about, these botanicas. Then when I moved here, I've been to a few metaphysical stores here. Beautiful places out in Phoenix area. The woman that owns the store, beautiful soul, love her. She actually gave me my reading earlier this year. Thank you for that, because that helped with so much. So I went there, but it's kind of small. And she's kind of in the flavor of what she actually inspired me, because I said, oh wow, look what she's doing out here. I don't necessarily want to go where she is and do that, but where I'm at out in the burbs, I'm like, well, wait a minute, we don't have that here. So I went locally to some metaphysical stores here, or occult shops, spiritual gift stores, whatever you want to call them. And there was a young lady, she was friendly. She, she was nice. Her store actually had a good vibe. I purchased several items from her store because I like the vibe in the store. And then I went to another one, and it was mostly male. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. I didn't like that store. I didn't like that store. And I took someone with me, and they didn't particularly care for it. We picked up on the vibes, the energy, and it just felt stagnant, dusty. There was dust on everything. I hate that. Dust your merchandise off. You are selling books that are like 10 years old at the full cover price. Like, dude, this is a used book. You're selling it for the price on the back of the book. Are you serious? So he was hard. To me, the guy who ran the store approached it like a car dealership. Like, I felt like when we walked in, he was trying to make the sale. And then there was like a table in the middle of the store where I guess they do readings and consultations. But it was in the middle of the store. So you're trying to shop and you feel like, oh, there was stuff behind them. I wanted to see stuff on the back wall. And, I didn't want to go around. 2 people were sitting at the table, 2 men talking. So I was like, you know what? The energy here, this is just not for me. However, that experience stayed with me going into those stores. Remember, these are pretty much local. So I thought to myself, well, I don't see nobody that look like me. I don't see anybody that looks like me here. I don't see anybody with what I'm bringing to it. And, again, just because I'm Black doesn't mean I only practice hoodoo. People got that in their head. I dabble, but I'm not a hoodoo practitioner. I don't intentionally practice hoodoo, and I'm not a part of any ATR as well. I've not been initiated or anything like that. I am your run-of-the-mill traditional cottage witch. That's what I am. Formerly eclectic. So there you go. But I do believe I might, find my niche here. I think I can find a spot for myself. So I'd like to see if I can do it. So I'm willing to share that with you because this is the time of year. I like to keep certain things close to my heart because you don't want anyone to mess it up. But right now, these are just thoughts and ideas. Hey, you could tell me something negative. It doesn't matter. I could choose to block it out. Right now, I'm just kind of imagining myself doing this. And I'm excited about it. And that excitement kind of feels really good. And it makes me go a little further and kind of, see what can I do? Hey, what does it mean to get a small business loan? What does it, are there grants for people like me to open a store? How much does it cost to lease a space? I'm thinking on these levels. So I'll keep you guys posted. So right now I'm just imagining and starting to finally gather information. Tesha says, love your channel. Going to join the membership. I can't stay, but I just wanted to say hi and Happy New Year. Thank you, Tesha. Hi, Happy New Year. Thank you for even checking in for a little bit. And I really appreciate it if you join the membership. I'm really excited about it, by the way. So I say all this stuff about the store like that's like a future goal. I don't know when. I don't know how. But, we're witches. We don't have to know the when and the how. We just know we're going to do it, right? We're going to put the energy behind it. But what I will say is that these candles that I got definitely influenced me to even go or I should say this idea influenced my candle purchases. So I got the beauty one because hello, why would I want to work on beauty? Yeah, right. But anyway, no, seriously though, to find the good, to find kind of the beauty in things. And this is to kind of make sure I stay in that energy. I keep that, not just physical beauty, yes, but also to find the beauty in many things that's going on in my life. And that, things that I have access to, projects, I need to keep that. Now there's the willpower and all that other stuff, but I need to see the good. I need to see the sweetness and the divine and all that sort of stuff. So that's what this candle represents. Just going into the new year. So I'll actually use these candles. I didn't do anything yet because I was waiting for the new moon energy. So here we go. And because the new moon is actually tomorrow, but I'm doing a ritual tonight going into tomorrow. So there you go. And then, like I said, the willpower, I'll start with this one. Yeah, willpower. Again, big projects. I have a lot of big projects this is a big project, just, doing the membership thing and kind of really putting myself out there even more. And then, of course, the website is also a big project, and mentorship. But outside of that, I actually have other projects that I'm starting that are big and serious commitment. So Willpower. And then, of course, just Power. The Power candle, again, that supports the business. It supports the the ventures in a different kind of way, and fortune and all that sort of stuff. So there's that. So just kind of want to give you a little bit why I went with these particular candles. Willpower is motivation and drive, and I need that because I get really excited. I don't know if anybody else is like that. You get so excited about starting a new project, get a new venture, a new adventure, and then you fizzle out. You bought the stuff, you bought the kit, you bought everything, and then you don't keep up with it. I am guilty of that, unfortunately, and I don't love that about myself. It's actually one of the least favorite things about myself that I don't like, is that I really struggle with that. I also am someone who has trouble with, you show me something new and shiny, I'm like, oh, what's that? I want to try that instead, and just leave that over here half done. So I have a habit of doing that. I'm aware of it, so I keep that a little bit more in check than I used to when I was younger, where I was actually probably worse with it. And by the way, that used to translate to people. I would get bored with people. So when I got bored with people, I would look for new people. When I was younger, I would think, oh, it's time for new people. Now, I had, not friends and things like that. They stay my friends. But even if I really think about it, I tend to focus more over on this friend group and maybe less on this one when it got boring. Like, I would do stuff like that. But, you grow up, right? Gina says, yup, what the kid and all, but been changing slowly. Yeah, that's, I know. And sometimes it's not even boredom. It gets hard. That's actually something that's occurring more now than anything. Things get tough. It gets hard. And look, life has challenges enough, and if you're working on a project or you're doing something else and it gets tough and it gets hard to do, or a little bit more difficult, or you need to kind of exude more energy, you find you're going back to it a little less and less, and eventually you don't go back to it all. And that goes for some of us who committed to journaling. I'm talking to you. If it's the top of the year. Oh, I'm going to start exercising. I'm going to start meditation. I'm going to start journaling. I'm going to pull a card a day for tarot readings. You know what I mean? That sort of stuff. So we'll buy a new deck. We'll buy the new journals. I'm this person. We buy the new things. We do all this stuff. Insisting if we just have fresh products to work with, that we'll do it. I'm someone who bought a new yoga mat because I just knew I was going to get into yoga. As it turns out, floor exercises are not my thing. Just the way my back is curved, like, it physically is just, it's painful for me to do certain, I did the yoga class on a hard floor. I just can't do that. So I have to do other things. It's not that I don't do it at all, but I realize that's not going to work for me. That's actually going to injure me. Just because my spine, my back curves in so much. However, you know what I did do? I just didn't go back to the class, which sucks. But, I use YouTube like probably the rest of us. I have Beachbody on demand, so there's videos and things I can watch on that. I prefer to do stuff at home anyway. I'm not really someone who likes to work out around other people. I like the idea of yoga classes and like workout classes and those group activities. I like it in theory until it's time to be in the class. There is nothing like going to a Zumba class and you look over and you see somebody, a smooth 70 plus, smooth, just hitting every move, not out of breath, and you over here like seeing stars because you're sweating to death so much. You're huffing and puffing. You can't get your breath under control, and she over here just true story. So yeah. Anyway, so that's my situation. That's me. So In that moment, I realized just how out of shape I was. And it wasn't not just one. There were several women. I mean, they came in there on their Jane Fonda-esque vibes. And I'm like, oh, okay. I wasn't even thinking about these women until I realized, one, they were up front and center. And they were really moving. And I was struggling after all. I started strong, but I really struggled. But, like, that's the type of stuff. Like, I'll go and it gets difficult. And I won't go back. I might go back one more time, kind of like prove a point. But then I won't go back. I hate that. I hate that I do that. And in that moment, I'm not loving myself. I'm saying, and then, you know what I do to rationalize it? Well, I'm grown. I can do whatever I want. So like I said, I got these candles knowing how difficult I am to myself. So I got all these candles with all this in mind so that I don't let that part of myself come out. She's always there. You know, the part of me that just is like, that's BS, I'm not doing all that. She's always going to be there. She's a part of who I am. That's another facet of myself. It's not so much about extinguishing it. It's like putting that part of myself into the back and letting the other part, that's gung-ho. I don't know what that noise is. That part that's gung-ho, that part of me that's ready to go, just keep that momentum. And that's what I don't want to say hoping, that's what I know these candles that I spent a small fortune on will help me with. I have heard nothing but positive things about the conjure.com. This, like I said, this is not sponsored. I'm a fan. I'm a fan. And I invested in her products, so we'll see. I will let you guys know as time goes on how that works. This is these candles I got, these are big projects, commitments that will, take time. I quarterly plan now. I use Sarah Cannon's Heart Breathings. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but if you don't know, she's a YouTuber, author, and she has a planner out and she sells it on Etsy. You can search Heart Breathings. Heart Breathings with an S on the end. But she sells these goal planners. So I purchased her goal planner on Etsy. It's dated because I'm not going to be dating stuff. But I purchased her planner. Let me see if I can. Yeah, it's right here. And I took the time, if I can get it off here. I took the time. I created my own planner. I printed it out and put it in here. But and I've shown this, but I took the time to show this planner on my planner lineup video, but I wrote in my plans. I really read through the information. I used the block system. Like, I really started planning and getting, setting my goals and all that sort of stuff, the projects that I'm working on. And now that I've, purchased some things and I set things in motion, I feel like I can really do this. So I'm really excited about this, by the way, too. So she takes the plans into quarters. So I have the things that I want to work on the first quarter of 2022. And a lot of it had to do with some of the things you're already seeing. So it's getting it going and then obviously maintaining it and making sure I deliver on the things that I want to deliver on. Then there's like writing projects that I need to start and finish as well, which I felt really way behind. I don't want to say that. I didn't fall behind. I just stopped. I had some other things I had to focus on, and I put that on the back burner, but I would like to take it off that back burner, freshen it up, and complete it. And along the ways, I actually want to plot out an entire book altogether. Also, I need to complete a series. Now, I'm not going to do all that in a quarter unless these candles really work a different type of magic. They can, I don't know, they make me, give me some extra energy too. If, look, you never know with magic. If that happens, then I'll write it all in 3 months. And please know, I will be talking about this like crazy if that's the case. But anyway, I want to do all these things and get all these goals accomplished, and they don't seem unattainable. That's the thing. Even all my goals are witchy because I'm using magic to help make the goals come true. So technically, that's how I see things. I don't see things as witchy because, oh, this is witchy. I see this is witchy too. It's all because I'm the witch using it, right? That's how that works. But yeah, I'm doing that. I'm doing some group ritual work to bring in the things that I'm manifesting in general for the entire year into fruition as well, into my reality. I'm doing that. I have a lot of spell work that's about to happen between today and tomorrow. Probably, yeah, I'll be doing a lot of spell work anyway, a lot of ritual for myself just to stay balanced, to stay energetic, and to keep myself aligned. Yeah, but anyway, I am, if you can tell, very excited about a lot of the new things that are happening for me for 2022 and for League Taken. Just on a personal situation, I hope to do some traveling this year. I hope there's a couple trips, there's at least 4 trips. 2 are like quick weekend trips for family, right? 2 completely different trips. And then there's the fun trips. Well, they would be fun too. I don't mean it like that, but the longer fun trips. One is going to be like real, that's later in the year. I'm still I'm just putting the energy out into the universe to attract that trip. And, the first trip I like to take in toward the first quarter of the year. That's actually one of my goals, is to get, traveling that first quarter. I want to take a nice trip this year as well in the beginning of the year. So I'm looking forward to that. I see it coming together. Like I see everything lining up. And yeah, so that makes me happy and excited too. Just knowing that that's possible, knowing these things are possible. Anything's possible, but when you can kind of see the path and it illuminates in front of you, then the mystery is gone. Now you kind of relax into it and you feed you're manifesting even more because oh, it's really happening. I can see it. It's right there down the road. And to me, once you believe it, you really believe it, that it's going to happen, and it happens. So I don't know. I'm kind of happy about that. But you can see I'm kind of giddy with just hopefulness and just things to come. It's like the night before Christmas, or right before you go on a trip. The lead up is the best part. Being on a trip, having the experience is also a good time. But if you think about it, the anticipation, of what could happen, your mind tells you all sorts of stuff, how much fun you're going to have, the gifts you're going to get if it's Christmas, all that sort of stuff. It's the lead up that really gets you. That's why I think it's important to put up Christmas lights and all this, and have like different celebrations that lead up to Christmas, because that's where the real fun is. Christmas Day goes by so fast. Once you open the gifts, the magic is gone. Like the magic is gone, and all you're thinking about, at least me, all I'm thinking about is, okay, I got to clean this stuff up. I got to put this away. Whatever new stuff you got to make room for it. So where am I going to put these? I got to get some more hangers to hang the clothes up. Like, this is how my mind immediately starts going into that mode. So the magic is gone. So yeah, just giving you a little look into how my mind operates. But yeah, that was the new announcement here. LeakTaken.com, and of course the membership. Please join. There's with the membership, specifically for the tier 2 Leaper, with the book club. Keep in mind, when you join that, let's say you don't join till a month or so from now, right? When you join, just be mindful that we might already be in the middle of a book. And I'm going to tell you to join regardless, but, you could, just know that you might have missed that. And, we could be a week right before we meet. You can choose to, just be a part of it and maybe read the book afterwards. You can always, send messages and things like that. And, we could talk about it, kind of go back to it, especially if you had some questions or something like that. So keep that in mind. Excuse me. There was something else I was going to show. What? Oh, yeah. I was like, I know there was something else that these people got me. So my daughter, I don't know where she got this from. Crystal Magic Mini Energy Set. That was the other thing. I knew it was something I was forgetting. So she got me this. And this is selenite and sunstone radiate. You know, crystals and witchcraft has, look at this. It comes in this box and it gives you the description. I don't know if you can see it, of what it is, but these are the crystals. So I'll be charging these. So this is the first one she got me. She said she got this because she didn't think that I had these. I do have the citrine. That's okay. She didn't know that. And this is in labradorite. Labradorite bliss. Place on third. This is what it tells you to do with this one. Place on third eye chakra to access your intuition and inner magic. Connects you to the present moment with clarity and releases attachments to old habits. And then there's this is the citrine that she got me. So this is beautiful. And this is sunshine and positivity in crystal form. This will be out. Actually, isn't it funny how things just synchronicity all comes together? Because I will be needing this. Encouragement to feel strong in your power, brilliance, and creativity while tapping into the abundance of the universe. This might go in a bra. No, it's a little too scratchy, but I think I'll put it on my desk. I'll keep it front and center. Do y'all put crystals in your bra? Coco Lux says, Happy New Year, Mika and friends. May all the blessings of the universe shower you in 2022. Yes, yes. All the abundance, all the blessings. We all deserve it. All of us are deserving of it. Regardless of whether you finish something or you didn't even start something, you deserve blessings. You deserve the good. I remember I used to see that quote. I think it was like Happy Planner or something like that years ago. You deserve all the good. And I remember how that resonated with me. I was like, wait, I do deserve all the good. Like, why can't I get the good? Why, me too. I deserve it. I deserve all the good too. No one person is perfect. No one has cracked the code on perfection and they get all the good stuff. So I can get the good as well. I talk about that and I think about this often in my manifesting video. I feel like I have to bring this up sometimes when I'm talking to people that I have helped in the past as far as like witchcraft and stuff like that and getting on their path or starting a path. This idea of sometimes we see people and it looks like everything just seems to go for them. I mean, we all see these people. I don't want to say celebrities. That's not a good example. Think the people who own like Similac. Think the people who own like obscenely wealthy folk. People who we don't even know who they are because fame is just not part of their situation. They're just so ridiculously wealthy. Those people and their offspring. Just think about it. Like some of these people, it's just, yes, they can get sick. I'm not talking about like cancer, sickness, and all that sort of stuff. I'm just talking about just like your day-to-day existence. Things just seem to go well. They just don't seem to have some of the other issues. Obviously, money has a big part in it, but they don't have a lot of the issues, that some of us have. But to take it even further, economically come down multiple tiers, there are some people who just seem to be middle class and they just, they vacation at a certain time of year or, the kids always have Christmas gifts. They always show up. They seem to keep a job and they just go through life. They retire. Things seems to be great. Like I've witnessed this happen. I'm like, so you just never have any hiccups or challenges? Like it just doesn't appear to be the situation. Everything just seems to just flow for them. You can tap into that energy too. I know a lot of us have had a hard time, and right now I'm just talking, I guess, more money, right? Abundance, prosperity, and all that sort of stuff. A lot of us have had some hiccups along the road, and sometimes multiple hiccups, it seems like. And you just wonder, well, when am I going to get all the good? When is it just going to flow for me? I don't want to start and stop all the time. I feel like, every time I get something and it gets going, something else happens. Well, one, I would suggest maybe not thinking like that because that's not going to help. It always happens because you're telling the universe no matter what, always throw a monkey wrench in my program. So maybe watch what you say. How you think that's actually a big deal. Don't underestimate that. But it is possible. It is possible. Now, again, listen, even those people, sometimes we don't see it. They have issues. The roof flies off in a storm and they have to tap into money. But, they saved. So kind of just changing your mindset on prioritizing. For some of us, it might mean something drastic, moving to another country so that you're finally in a financial position so that you can live your life with less hiccups. For some of us, maybe it's, quitting a job and going for another job. Maybe it's starting a business. Maybe it's having an honest conversation with ourselves about how we're allocating our funds. Not everybody is, don't have enough money, I should say. Maybe they're misappropriating their money, I'm just saying. Some of us kind of need to take that approach, but I'm off on a tangent about that. Let me look at this comment from Gina. I'm highly sensitive to things touching the skin, so crystals and bras is a no for me, but I do carry in my pocket or bag. Yes, that's also perfect. I'm thinking for this, the citrine one that I was looking at, I would like to, wait, how do I open this? Oh, yeah. I think I'm going to keep this one right in front of me on my desk. I keep a quartz on, you can't see, I'm pointing down like you can see it, but I keep that on my computer here on this desk, but on my other one, I think I want to keep that there. And I have a crystal wall, some shelving I got, and I have certain crystals in my bedroom very close to my bed so that I keep those there as well for various different reasons, for protection and all that sort of stuff. Coco Lux says their family used magic years ago. If you follow the white rabbit, you have to be willing to do what the super is willing to do to make and keep the money. Possibly. It's also, I do believe in luck. He's born into the right family. Okay. They used magic years ago. You know what? Nothing surprises me anymore. The super rich. Yeah, nothing surprises me. Certain sacrifices, things might have been done many, many years ago. Because you have to remember, when we're talking extreme wealth, people have this idea that when we say the top 1%, like that's a small group of families who have all the money in the world, or at least apparently most of the money in the world. It's a small group. And like I said, those are the people who are so rich, you don't even know them. You don't know them. You don't know their offspring, but they have extreme wealth. Like they have more wealth than multiple countries. Like when you think about that, there are people who have more wealth than more than one country. I don't know. It blows my mind sometimes to, I like to kind of think about that. Living a life where money, like you don't even think of it. You have teams of people and you couldn't go through the money in your family by yourself in a lifetime. You could you could buy all the things and you would never spend the money. When you're on that level of wealth, you don't buy all the things. I don't know, you have, I guess, if you notice, they have experiences. And I think that's also one of the ways to kind of put yourself on that when you're manifesting wealth and prosperity and all that sort of stuff. Make it your mindset also more about experiences, less about the dollars. Because the very wealthy, that's how I seem to believe that they sort of operate. They enjoy traveling, the experience of whether it's golfing or whether it's collecting art, like traveling to different countries and getting certain art pieces, obscure things like that, depending on what they're into. But even their level of charity that they do is usually an experience behind it. Like I said, it's usually the arts or music, things along that type of thing that they're really into. And then, we never know. We hear things, conspiracy, that they're into other types of experiences. Like, I don't know. I truly believe that. I don't know now, but I believe there was a time, You ever hear, like, there were movies done where people like us common folk would be invited to these wealthy like homes, gated areas, and basically they would say, you know, you have until midnight or something like that to find the white feather, and if you don't, you know, you're gonna die. So, and by the way, we're hunting you in the process. So like they're hunting humans. Like, I don't know, the author in me thinks like this. And, you know, you basically, those common folk are being hunted by these wealthy men and their assistants, or, you know, they're going around, and we have to hide and run and find the white feather. And then even if you find it, you know, do you make it? Because they can't let us walk free. You know, we know the truth. This is how I think. Yeah. Coco says, research the families. They came to America and changed their names. My friend Indy and I have been researching this for over a year. Oh, wow. She and I have both worked for one of these families in Texas. Isn't that? Yeah. Look, I am not surprised. Nothing surprises me. I believe you. I believe you. I believe all of it, because I just had this conversation about starting projects, and sometimes I would get bored. What would it be like for me to always have the ability to just start and stop, do whatever I want? I would get bored. Like, I'm just thinking to myself with my personality, especially when I was younger. Man, who knows what kind of craziness I would have gotten to. It is not luck. It is on purpose. They know magic and believe they deserve it all. Energy magic. Yeah. Oh gosh, yes. I hear what you're saying. Yes. As far as it, yes, energy magic. And I'm operating on that same frequency. Except for the difference in me is I don't, as I've gotten older, when I think about prosperity, abundance, I'll just be honest with you. I don't think big house. I don't think mansion. I don't think, you know, designer bags and clothes and diamonds and all that. I really don't. And I don't, because that's not me. Listen, these things are beautiful and I appreciate that. But for me, when I think living living with wealth, for me, to me, it's being able to get the things that I need, for sure, without thought. It's just done. The things that I want, I have access to that. I think about helping people. I think about, like, I don't know, buying a big house for my sister and her kids, like, and her, you know, her family, her husband and stuff. Like, I think about that. Like, they wouldn't have the mortgage. I think about paying off my mom's mortgage. I think about, like, having enough money that my kids, like my son's in the military. I was like, oh man, when he gets out, you know, he doesn't have to rush to do anything. He can, you know, apply what he's learned, and he can maybe start something up himself. Or he doesn't have to work that hard. He could do whatever he wants to, but he would still have this money to supplement. I think about my daughter, who is, like, super smart in a way that I wish I could always be. She's, like, so intelligent. And I just would love for her to be able to continue on the path that she is, but it never is about money. Like, wealth for me is, like, making sure that it's you know, she can, if she kills herself doing the stuff that she loves, it's just because of just passion. It's not because of money. That's how I think. I think of my friend, you know, my friends, like, will go on trips. My cousin sisters are like, oh, well, you know, this is our retreat, you know, and I paid for the whole thing, that sort of stuff. To me, that's wealth, like, sharing it like that. That's when I think, because I mean, if you ever sit and think about the Powerball and winning it, I think like that. That's how I think. Like, oh, I don't think shopping sprees, not really. And when I do, I see in my mind's eye where it's like, oh, me and my friends and my daughter, like, I got my mom, and she would like all that, you know, she would love the designer stuff and the diamonds and all that. Full Capricorn lady. She would be down for that, but, like, I can see me taking her and her, like, loving it. Meanwhile, I'm, like, somewhere, like, in Sedona buying turquoise and balling out on that, like, you know, buying, like, some ridiculously large crystal and putting it in my house and feeling like I've, you know, discovered something ancient and beautiful, and feeling happy about that purchase. I want money to give away. Hope this year I can give people thousands at a time to change their life, because it will come back to me 100-fold. Exactly. Yes, I like the idea of it coming back to you, but, like, these people I love and care, and I know that having that money would change everything for them. I remember being in a position when I was younger with the kids, how just like, you know what, $1,000 could have changed everything. I remember that. I remember doing my budget and looking at my situation. I was like, $1,000 would alter my life. And how you were like, well, it's only 1,000. No. It would basically, at that time, it would have cleared the slate. And then I would have been able to operate just from, ahead. Like I would have already paid ahead, and then I would have just been able to maintain. And that would have given me wiggle room if the car broke down and I needed a new tire, or, one of the kids got sick and I had to take off, or, whatever the situation was going on at the time, or, a new item that just had to be purchased or something like that, or a trip, a getaway. Over the weekend, or I wanted to take my kids to an amusement park or Disney or something like that, it would have given me a seat, a little bit to work with. So yeah, what is this? Oh, she said hi, Dill. I was looking at your whole name thinking that was something you said. You said hi, Dylan. How are you? But yeah, I know, I think like that. Happy New Year. If you're just coming on, Happy New Year. Happy New Year. 2022 is really happening. But anyway, yeah, when I think of wealth, which to me makes sense with all the stuff that I got and the crystals and, using my cool Athame, and the abundance of the cookbook and the stickers to just reinforce astrology and all that sort of stuff. I don't know. I feel like wealth and all that is on my mind right now, and prosperity, but not in a needy way. One, I'm grateful for what I have now and what's to come. I'm also, planning on different ways to have, more and to do more, but experiences. Yeah, I do like going places and, visiting certain things, but I want to see actually more natural things. Like I do want to actually go to Sedona. There's some places here in more locally Arizona that I'd like to see, and I want to just kind of feel the energy and feel the space. Just kind of immerse myself in the experience of just being present. Oh, you said you're all right. Well, that's good. I want to have those experiences, but guess what? Even those type of experiences, they take money, right? You need gas to get there, maybe a meal along the way. So those are still, things. I love when people say, oh, it doesn't cost anything. It costs something if you got to get in your car and drive, because gas is not cheap right now. So yeah, it does cost you a little something. But may we all be abundant and can have these experiences, right? You said my graduation will be at the Diablo Resort. Are you in Sedona? I attend the University of Metaphysics. Oh, well, go ahead, Jude. University of Metaphysics. No, I'm not in Sedona. I want to go. I'm in Arizona, so I'm not there though. I just want to go because I've always heard it's like the Mecca for the hippies and the witchy. And the people into metaphysics, so that's pretty interesting. But I want to go, and also I understand there's a spot in Sedona where what's the landline or something like that, and there's a lot of energy, and I'd love to tap into that. It's cool that I found another witch that lives in Arizona. Yes, Arizona. And I'm loving it here. I really do. I haven't loved the last few days of the weather. It's rain, which I guess is necessary because we are in a desert, but rain's important. But I do love the weather usually, outside of the ridiculous sleep. But who loves the hot? When you just don't go outside as much. But I love it here. It's cool. Yeah, I like it here. But yeah, I am just ecstatic about everything, guys. I'm like really excited about. I don't know. I like just this. You sit at this time of the year, and I love that I'm taking the quarterly approach to goal planning, because this feeling won't go away. Because then I'll look, okay, at the end of March, ramping up going into April, I get to tap into the same energy again of like, okay, we're, let's get the goals going. Let's start it again. Like I can still get excited. And I think that might have been a problem in the past years, is that I wasn't really focusing in taking the year in quarters, and that way I could bring this excitement and that could keep me going. So anyway, I think I'm on to something. Sarah Cannon, Heart Breathings, I appreciate her. I love her channel, and I've actually read one of her book series. I've not read all her books, that's the funny thing about it, but I follow her more for the craft, the writing craft and stuff like that. And she's gotten witchy over the years, so that's exciting. I don't like the extreme heat, but I still love Arizona. It's like, oh God, no, I hate the extreme heat here. Hate is a strong word, but I really do. Like, I don't like feeling like I'm being cooked when I walk outside. Like, let me be very clear, because people say, what is it, like a dry heat? Let me just be very clear. When you are in the middle of summer here, the heat feels like you are cooking yourself. It feels like you're on a pit and there is fire, and the fire is getting dangerously close to your skin. You can feel the burn. That's what it feels like when you walk outside. If you wanted to know, it is that hot. It feels like a flame is this close to your face, not heat. Fire is this close to your face or your skin when you are in direct sunlight walking outside in Arizona, at least in the Phoenix area for sure. That's how hot it is. I am not exaggerating that. That's what it feels like. So you want to wear caps. You want to wear a sun hat. You know, you want to keep to the shade and things like that, because it's a problem. It's a problem. Gina says, I completed HB90 a couple years back, and quarterly is a game changer. I also plan according to seasons, winter, spring, summer, fall. Of course, yes. Autumn and winter are my favorite seasons. Spring and autumn for me. If I'm really being, autumn is the first, and then spring is the second, because I mean, winter is just reflective and all that, but I gotta watch myself in the winter because I can slip into some other mode. Like it's important that I stay where I'm at right now, where I'm hopeful and I'm thinking about what's to come. That's a good space for me to be in. Because if I do not do this, and I have proof, because there were times this was not my outlook around this time of year. There was just way too much uncertainty, I remember, in my life, in different aspects of my life. And so I wasn't quite as hopeful. I was trying my hardest to be, but it wasn't like organically coming out that way. And I remember the season just kind of just taking over. And next thing I know, everything's just different. Like I started one way coming in, into the winter season one way. And when I left, I did not look the same. I didn't physically look the same. I didn't feel the same. It was just different, but I was able to pull it together in the spring. But yeah, spring is my favorite, because spring, which again, kind of taps into, projects and goals and all that sort of stuff. I'm ready to go. I want to make it happen in the spring. I feel like this exciting feeling I have now about the whole year, I feel that at the beginning of spring, like anything's possible. I'm also born in late March, so I think something that relates in some way. Yeah, it's crazy in Arizona. I think it's cool that we got a bit of rain a few hours before New Year's last night. Yeah. You know what? It didn't stop the fireworks, because they were wild. From my understanding, everywhere, like people on the street have fireworks. I didn't have to go anywhere. I opened the door and it was right there, just shooting up into the sky with rain. So that was fun, and after a while, a little annoying. But it didn't go on for too long. But to be honest, after 12 o'clock here, I fell asleep. I couldn't take it. I tried to say, and it's funny because I usually can stay awake. I was exhausted. My daughter said this morning, how'd you sleep? I was like, I don't know. I don't remember anything. I was just knocked out. I'm born in late March too. Oh, you are? Wow. Okay. Aries. I wanted to level up my magic this year. That's right, Coco. Exactly. For me, I made a commitment. I don't know this specific year. I think it's like 2016 or something like that. I remember saying that I want to live a magical life. I want to live creatively. I want to create more. I want to be more artsy. I want to get into all that sort of stuff. I remember making an intentional, conscious point to live that way and look for opportunities that would allow me to do so. So I feel like I've done it. I've been doing it. Like, I paint now. I never painted before. Like, here's the thing. When you make these sort of commitments to yourself, for some of us, it's immediate. You get the immediate boost. You know, all of a sudden you realize you can do all these things, and, you know, like week 1 going into the year. But when you're talking about a life, you know, you want your life to reflect certain things, it might take time for things to unfold. And for me, and then there's, again, back to my earlier point, other things happening. So it's constantly taking your focus, where honestly, if you're being honest with yourself and you remove those other obstacles out of your life that you put there, if you could just move those out the way, you probably would kind of bloom a little bit more and be more creative and do the things that you're manifesting to do. And I know that was the case for me, but I'm getting there. I got there, and I'm still doing it. Now I'm like hyper focused on living magically. And magic is all that. Magic is literally being a witch, witchcraft, and picking up on vibrations, and, you know, working with fairy magic, and finding more out about dragon magic, more to come on that. And, you know, planning the things, and, you know, meditation and covens and the YouTube membership, and, you know, writing books about witches and reading books about witches and witchcraft and all that sort of stuff. And, you know, talking about it and doing videos and crafts that are magically focused, drawing sigils, and, you know, being open to the universe, being open to other people's energy, being willing to learn myself. Like, that's magical to me. That's living magically. Your neighbors lit fireworks. Yeah, those, they got really big here. As you can't tell by my comments about rain, I practice storm magic. Okay. Well, you live here and you practice storm magic. Well, let me tell you, as you know, the other times it rains here in Arizona, I always say it never just rains pleasantly, except for these like Christmas Eve it rained, and then New Year's Eve it rained. But normally, I think, like in the summertime, if it does rain, or other parts of the year, it seems like it's always a storm. So you must revel in those times. I definitely want to read more, learn to draw more, because I want that to be my career. Yeah, okay. Practice meditation more, try yoga, practice magic more. Exactly. Here's the thing. I had to say, and people, we all hear this. I'm saying it, and I've heard people say it to me, but you just got to do it. Like, you do it. And whatever it is, just do it. Whether it's buying some crystals, you know, these were a gift, but buying some crystals, and, you know, you look at it, and like selenite, right? And it's like to cleanse. Glows with strong lunar power, promotes decision-making through waves of mental clarity, and increased self-awareness, cleanse and smooths unsteady energy vibrations. So you're somebody, and you want to get on this witchy path, and you start, well, I got crystals, and you're like, I hope this counts because it came in this packaging box. Yes, it counts. It is what it is. So you get your crystal, you see what it says it does. Okay, that resonates with me. That's why you bought it. Cleanse and smooths unsteady energy vibrations. Well, I'm unsteady about this witchcraft. I'm not sure if I really believe in everything, but I feel called to it. You know, you're one of those people. I'm speaking from past experience from years ago. So you take this crystal, and, you know, you're like, you know what? I want to make a change. It starts with something like this. And hey, it's new moon. Let me go ahead and maybe charge this with some new moon energy. So I don't know all the things to do. I know I don't put it in water. How about if I just put it in my windowsill, and, you know, you just speak to the moon, you know, please charge my crystal, you know, and walk away, and you pick it up the next day. And now, you know, that's step 1. You did something witchy. You lived a magical existence. Just doing that. There you go. That was an intentional magical event. I didn't say nothing about candles, no salt, circles, pulling out a journal, none of that. You just picked up something at a store, you put it on the windowsill, you spoke to the moon. That's living magical. Now amplify that. Do more of that. Do it often, and just live. I was going to take a nap, but I opened up YouTube and saw you live, and was like, I have to watch because I keep missing your lives. Oh, thank you. Ultimately, this is the time I'll be on live, and I try to announce it when I'm not. I definitely revel in this storm season. That's cool. But yeah, by the way, thank you for watching. Thanks to everyone who watched the channel. I really appreciate you. Like, seriously, I do. But anyway, yeah, stuff like this, or again with the candle, same deal. This gets a little more tricky. I'll be honest. There's the approach of I just lit the candle. That's one approach, but I'm going to tell you might want to do a little bit more than that. Even with spelled candles. Now, like I said, theconjure.com is where I got these from. She gives instructions. So I'm going to follow. I invested in the product. I'd like to see it through. So I'm going to follow what she said and give it a try. My dad bought me 2 boxes from an online witch shop. One had herbs and crystals. The other one was empty for storage, plus a book about herbs. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, that's beautiful. I love a kit. I'm sucker for a kit. I know when down the road, if I offer any customized products, I already know it's going to be a kit because I'm gaga over it. Like, I would get excited sourcing various items to put into a kit. That's exciting to me. So I know I would share that with anybody, but I buy other people's kits. My daughter is the same way. If you put, like, we are people who love a box kit. We like a basket, whether it's food related or not. Like, just put various items together and package it pretty. We're in. We're gonna buy it. We're gonna enjoy it. We're excited about stuff like that. It could be dollar store stuff. We don't care. We just like kits and packaged items all together. Something about that. Like, we're the people who like the idea of Lunchables, but we hate Lunchables. We don't actually like the quality of the food, but we like the bento box. For lunches, everything's ordered and organized and eat your food's in there. Like, that does it for me. I don't know what that means about me, but I like that. And I made a kid who likes the same thing. I've never used herbs in my practice. I'm trying to find ways to use them, but I can only think of spell jars. Now burn them. When in doubt, again, keeping it simplistic. You can just get a little cauldron and you can burn them. And the smoke can be cleansing. It could be all types of reasons. I don't know if they're herbs that are edible. You can make teas with them, magic potions for the purposes of having some sort of spiritual experience. Some of them might, alter your mood or your emotions or things like that. You can use them around candles. You can, anoint candles with your oils and then rub them in the herbs. Or if you have like candles like this in a jar, you can sprinkle the herbs in there as well. You can, yes, the spell jars and all that, or the spell bottles, you can put the herbs in there as well. You can make sachets, bags, what do you call those? The gree bags, mojo bags, all that sort of stuff. Or just your own little witch's bag as well. I need a good herbal kit. Build over time. And don't forget teas. Your local supermarket with teas. Don't forget to use some of those as well. And maybe start to grow your little herb garden on your windowsill. Dry out those herbs and you have your herbs as well. Don't forget to do that. My wish list for my dad was all tarot and oracle, and he said that he's not going to buy them, so he bought me those boxes. Yeah. I don't know. Oracle cards, tarot, you have to know the person in order to buy them. Like, if I know you or you've expressed you like a certain type of magic, like I know I gifted my sister with some oracle cards because they really represented something I know she's called to do. I don't know, she does it without, I don't think she sees it that way all the time, but I think she is like if a real hedge witch, so a green witch. And I bought her like green witch themed oracle cards, and I gifted those to her because that's her. When and how, if she chooses to lean into that particular descriptive more, that's her path. But I sent the cards because they spoke to me to be in her hands. I was thinking of making potions with them, but I don't know if they've been treated or something. That is something that I get a little concerned about sometimes with purchasing herbs outside of what is it, Mountain Rose Herbs? I think that's the company. They're expensive, so you want to buy in bulk. But to me, I think they're like a legitimate company. There's a couple other ones out there where they're legit and they let you know, they're very upfront whether it's edible or not, if you can consume it, if it's consumable, right? I like that because that gives you the opportunity, one, a quality product, and two, you feel comfortable and safe using that, burning it and maybe, not directly putting your face over the smoke, but you get what I'm saying, like mugwort. You might want to, you're trying to increase, let's say you're doing a ritual, you want to work with ancestors or a specific deity, mugwort, I would burn that. And I've done this, you burn that and just the smell, and it can alter enough where those experiences become more intense. Maybe shortly after you go to sleep, you tend to have dreams. It doesn't even feel like a dream. It feels like visions, that sort of stuff. I get a little leery about burning some stuff when I don't know where it was sourced from, though. I feel the same way. I have some herbs and I use them, but mostly for candles and spell jars and things like that. I get a little nervous about using them because I never bothered to check to see if they said they were consumable, and that's been bothering me because I don't want to put it in my body and I make myself sick. I wish I liked tea. Remember, not all teas are sipping teas. Some teas are healing teas. You take it like medicine. That potion is medicine. It's healing. It's for whatever intention putting out there. So it's not about liking it. That's something you just going down. You just going to drink that tea. My dad bought me sunflower seeds to plant. Nice. I'm excited to plant them. Yeah, sunflower seeds. That's fun. Yeah, I do that. I am in the spring going to start the garden situation because, something needs to be done out there. I'm going to basically do that. I'm going to basically tackle my, back. I want to say yard, but there is no yard here. It's all stone and concrete. So the back patio is what I'm going to attack and witchify that a little bit more. We had stuff going out there before, but things have changed. So I'm going to change the energy of that back space. I usually use herbs from the grocery section. There you go. That way exactly. Remember, you can get fresh herbs and dry them out in the oven on a low temperature. You can dry this out, and then you have you're good. You have, the herbs. Now, if I'm consuming it, I'm probably going to go with the organic stuff. I mean, ultimately, it's not that expensive to get some herbs compared to some of the other witchy stuff that we buy or other tools and supplies. That's not the thing that's going to kill us financially. My dad bought the boxes from Moon Sick Baby. I believe that's the company's name. I've never heard of them, so I don't know if they're consumable, etc. Yeah, maybe check the website. I've purchased things, and honestly, it never said either way. And my thing is, if it doesn't say it, then I'm probably not going to consume it. But I've gotten some herbs. I love what I purchased, but I forgot to check. I forgot to look to see if it was something that I can consume or not. But I think one of the reasons to get the teas in a tea bag is because it has the herbs that you need usually. If you want to add, who was it that said they wanted to build? I think, was it Coco Lux? I think you said, yeah, I need a good herbal kit. Think about it. You can cut the tea bag, put it in your own packaging, and you can make your own blends for whatever you want, and you can build that way. You can separate them out and use it for different things. So these are other ways you can use it, and you can consume it because it was sold that way. Just something to think about. With the herbs. Years ago, I think I told this story, but I'm just going to reiterate in case you didn't hear it. I remember many years ago, I had a friend of a friend gave me an impromptu reading. And what I mean, dang, this is a long time. My daughter's, how old was she? So this was 11 years. Dang, how old am I? How old is she? It's 11 years ago. It's hit me sometimes how much time has gone by. But anyway, she was it was maybe 11, 12 years ago. she gave me this impromptu reading. That was a magical night for me. I could not have planned this. I could have tried, but it wouldn't have hit the same. And she told me I would work with herbs. And I remember she told me, and I didn't tell her anything about me, and my friend didn't tell her anything about me either at the time, that I would call myself a witch. And at that time, that was like 11, 12 years ago. I don't know. I was still trying to work up this whole thing of who am I? What am I? I was doing witch stuff. I was practicing witchcraft. I didn't like have some issues with like Christianity or anything like that. That wasn't my deal. It was like the search for real magic. Like, I don't know. I was kind of weird about that at the time. But anyway, and just like, in it, but like not doing enough, starting to buy witchcraft stuff, supplies, and going into stores. I was at that point, and I needed a teacher. I needed help, to be honest. I think I needed guidance. But anyway, she just let me know this information about myself and told me herbs. She was like, I see herbs. I see you doing a lot with herbs. So it's funny you say herbal magic. Now, when she said that, of course, my mind went to the idea of like hanging drying herbs in my kitchen. And, you know, I just saw this whole like old fashioned rural place that I live in with herbs. And I would be this healing witch and all that. And obviously that's not who I am. However, maybe a little bit of that's in me because I am a cottage witch, but that ties into my cottage witchery. I am a pro at putting together spices and seasonings, herbs, to really make something come alive. Meals like food, specifically like in kitchen magic. That is something I don't have to even, like, I could smell. My sense of smell is awesome, by the way. So I don't know. I'm one of those people. I just know that these go together. And along those lines, as obviously I learned more in witchcraft, I understood about kitchen magic and witchcraft and how to sort of activate the natural essence, the energy in these spices and these herbs and things like that. And, you know, I got really proficient at kitchen magic, and I love that. Like, there is something, listen, just try this. When you make something and you put your energy into it, intentional energy to maybe bring smiles to everyone's faces and to make everybody feel healed and whole. Like, it's crazy stuff going on in the world. But in this moment, the people who eat this food, may they, you know, feel whole, may they feel healthy and healed and just warm and, you know, and feel loved. You know, that something like that. Do that's a simple magic, you know, and use obviously your herbs accordingly, you know, for healing and all that sort of stuff. And the herbs that maybe don't fit that intention, you can redirect that energy so that it does fit that intention. Salt, protection. There you go. So as you add salt, black pepper to ward off anything that will block the spell that I'm creating right now. That black pepper is warding off any other type of energy or anything like that, or anything that they're currently exhibiting. It silences that, and in that moment when they're consuming that food, they feel whatever you're intending. Man, let me tell you, that's an awesome feeling. A feeling of accomplishment as a witch when that happens, like, and they eat the food and you really see them smiling and exhibiting the things that you intended. Beautiful. A living magical. It's the simple things like that. That's what I love about witchcraft. It's the fireworks. It's the other stuff too. You know, the hearing, you know, great grandma coming to you, you hear her voice and the things she warned you about really came true and you were safe because she protected you. Those are awesome experiences, but everybody doesn't have those types of experiences, or very often you had that one experience, but it hasn't happened like that again. So, you know, how do you live magical? How do you do this magic thing if you're not having these like standout type of experiences all the time? What I just told you is how. I somewhat do kitchen magic. I bake instead of cook. Ooh. I don't bake a lot, but when I do, I give it the vibes. Nice. First of all, I'm sucker for a baked good, and I do like to put usually with baked goods I always think happy magic, like I don't know, like cakes, cookies, pies. Pies for some reason is like love. don't know why that is. But anyway, like, I don't think prosperity and pies. I think love magic, but cake. I can see prosperity. Excuse me. And you're more, I guess, more specific type of spell work or something like that. I don't know. That again, how my mind thinks. That's just how I think. I think I'm gonna end it here because I may need to get some water, and I didn't bring my drink in this time. Excuse me. And I think with all the candles and all the other things that I'm smelling, this candles smell good, but it might be taking me out. So I think I'll end it here. Oh, I already read that. Okay. But Happy New Year. Consider joining Leap Taken membership. I would really appreciate it. Check out the website. Excuse me, I told you. Check out the website, leaptaken.com. Let me know what y'all think. You can let me... Oh, by the way, there's an email if you had questions, or if you kind of had questions about some of the services and you wanted to work something out. I am open to that. So you would just email me at mika@leaptaken.com, MIKA @leaptaken.com, all one word. So if you just had some questions, or if you wanted to know more about any of this stuff and I didn't explain it and you were interested, just send me an email and I'll be happy to answer your questions. Bye. Happy New Year. Thank you. Happy New Year. Thank you for coming to watch my live. Thank you for supporting the channel, subscribing, watching videos. I really appreciate it. I'm excited about 2022, so keep watching because I'm going to keep delivering the type of videos you've had, obviously with a little bit more exuberance and excitement because it's 2022. So I already got a bunch of stuff planned out because why wouldn't I? And I can't wait to share even more surprises and fun stuff with you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Happy New Year. See you all next Saturday for another live and in between some videos too. Bye.